Hi everyone, this is a bonus video about TikTok and what's going on there and what I think of it and what we're going to do about it on Trend Descend. So first of all, I don't like making decisions until I have all the information. And right now, we don't really know what's going to happen. Currently, the Supreme Court has heard arguments for and against TikTok. The group of people that's suing the US government includes a group of creators, so people who make money on the TikTok platform based here in the United States, as well as ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. And their primary argument is that banning a particular app is infringing upon free speech. Not to mention that they gave them like 6 or 9 months to sell a multi-billion-dollar company. The average small business, FYI, takes between 5 and 7 years to sell. So selling a company that's infinitely larger in a much shorter time frame seems kind of silly. It makes me wonder if Congress has ever sold a business, anybody in that group. But anyway, so right now we are waiting, which is why I haven't come out with what Trend Descend is going to do about this. So right now on TikTok, Americans are thinking, okay, this could be the last week that we have with TikTok because it should be officially banned on Sunday. Now, despite what you have heard, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to access your account via VPN because you have a US-based account. They are going to be deleting information off US-based servers. So anything that you want access to, whether it's saved videos or your own videos, you should download right now. TikTok has a way that you can export your data, so you'll get your list of followers and following and that kind of thing. But there are several people who have posted information about how to download your content out of TikTok, whether it's content that you yourself have produced or you have saved in some kind of way. I do believe if you put things in collections, they have to be public for you to do so. So just kind of keep that in mind. Once you have the information that you want secure, the question is, what do we do with our last 6 days on this platform? And there are a few trends going on right now that you can participate in if you want to have a little fun and have your account get some traction. The first is you can post a video thanking or acknowledging your Chinese spy. So the primary reason, by the way, that the government has banned TikTok is because they think that, information is being given to the Chinese government, even though TikTok US-based servers are on US soil, even though it's owned by a private company and all of that, right? So what people have been doing is posting videos thanking their TikTok spies. Number two, people are using this particular Chinese song, which I will link to in the description of this video or on the page that this video is on. So you can use this song. It's a Chinese song and it's kind of about like sort of leaving and stuff. So it sort of like fits with the theme.
我们今生注定是沧桑，苦之来要笑着走过呀。
And number three, what people are doing is they are posting that they're going to RedNote. RedNote is a Chinese-based app. It works a lot like TikTok. It's sort of a lifestyle social media platform that's video-based. And so kind of as an FU to the US government, people are saying, okay, you're going to ban this Chinese app. We're going to go to this other Chinese app because someone posted a really interesting video that I saw, I think this morning, and it was talking about how in the US since 9/11, we have been trained that the government is surveilling us. And so when the government says, oh, we're banning TikTok because you're being surveilled, we've all been conditioned that we are being surveilled, but what we want is the choice of who's surveilling us and what they're using our information for. And so most of us are like, what is the Chinese government going to do with my particular information? So right now, the RedNote app is the #1 downloaded app in the US App Store. It might be number 2 by now, but anyway, it is up there because people are mass exiting. And the #1 trending hashtag this morning on that RedNote platform was #TikTokRefugee. Apparently the developers at RedNote are working overtime to make sure that everything gets translated into English as well. There is a way that you can set your profile in English so that you can see like the buttons and, other information. But my FYP over there is the mixture of Chinese content and also fellow Americans who have left TikTok and are now on RedNote. People are trying to figure out like, okay, obviously this app has a culture. We want to be respectful of the culture. but we're also here to say F you to our government. So I think it's going to be really interesting over there. So I made the decision to make an account over at RedNote, and I'm going to be posting content there if this ban goes forward, because I don't want to give Meta any more money than they already have, because they lobbied pretty hard to get TikTok banned. And to me, if you are an American company who has billions of dollars, you should be okay with competition, you know? So yeah, I think this ban is bullshit, to be completely honest with you. And like I said, we don't know if it's going forward or not. We don't know what the Supreme Court is going to say. The way that the media has been talking about it, they seem to be like, oh, it's going to be banned. But if you listen to the actual arguments, the TikTok side to me sounded more coherent and sounded like the judges were asking specific questions and actually understanding, you know, what the algorithm is, what information isn't being stored on servers and that kind of thing, as well as the millions of Americans who make a living off of TikTok, whether it's through TikTok shops or whether it's through the TikTok Creator Fund. It's going to have a huge economic impact if this does go through. And there isn't necessarily jobs for everybody who's going to be displaced from banning the app. Honestly, I hope it doesn't go through. I'm planning though, like it might, because, you know, I want to have enough time to download my data to make sure the download works. I want to make sure I have my list of people that I'm following so that I can go find them other places. Yeah, and all of that. Those trends that I just talked about are ways that you can go on TikTok and have a little bit of fun. Oh, and the fourth one I meant to say is Bo Burnham has come up with a TikTok song in 2020, which is when a lot of people kind of joined TikTok. Bo Burnham's album was all over the place and people were using his audios and videos. So the fact that in the last potential week of TikTok, we have a Bo Burnham song to mark the occasion is kind of hilarious.
Hiding racial tensions, the electoral college rigs elections, the crisis in the east, drugs in the food we eat. But if you're asking me, the biggest problem is TikTok. It's not global warming, it's not access to health care, welfare, boring, corruption at the top, citizens getting shot. With all that's going on right now's the perfect time for banning TikTok, baby. We're coming for your TikTok, baby. No, the most important problem's TikTok, baby. We're coming for you, TikTok, baby, for sure. Oh,
And one more thing that a lot of people are doing is they are posting a video about the difference that TikTok has made in their life. One woman found she needed a kidney transplant, and she actually found someone on TikTok, and she has a new kidney now and she's alive. Some people, you know, have had TikTok like save their entire business, you know. So people are posting their stories about the impact that TikTok has had on them. So you can do all 5 of those, you can do one of those, you can do none of those, but that is currently what is going on with TikTok on the app. And like I said, TikTok versus Instagram right now is 2 very different places. And a lot of people are actually closing their Meta accounts because Mark Zuckerberg announced last week that not only is stopping content moderation, he's putting it on the community to moderate the content. He's also walking back DEI initiatives and other things that have made Meta a progressive company. So a lot of people are trying to leave Instagram and Facebook right now for the reason that it is going to become probably a lot like X, which is like kind of a cesspool at this point. So if you hear of people who are downloading their metadata and they are looking to say, hey, catch me at Blue Sky, catch me on RedNote, those are 2 places I'm going to be, by the way, is Blue Sky and RedNote. So you'll see that happening. And the goal is to get a bunch of people off of Meta so that it hits them in the wallet where it hurts. Sorry, that was a little bit more convoluted than I meant for it to be, but there's a lot going on. And I think there's a lot of misinformation. What I think you need to do is plan that there's really going to be a TikTok ban. Decide where else you want to be besides TikTok if you do want to move to another platform, and communicate that to people ahead of time. Make sure your data that you want is accessible somewhere that is not on the TikTok website. and think about kind of how you want to use your last few days on the platform, whether it's participating in some of these trends, whether it's finding information that you want to find while it's still accessible, or any other kind of thing. That is what's going on. I'm working on a longer form video about the impact of TikTok specifically, but I'm waiting until the ultimate decision by the Supreme Court is made, because the tone of the video and how I structure it will depend largely on whether the app is going forward or not. I want to talk about the economic impact of TikTok on American business. I want to talk about the personal impact of TikTok on people's lives. I want to talk about the Creator Fund and the types of people who use the Creator Fund to make money, like disabled people who can't work a traditional job, and all of that. And I've been saving video footage to make that happen. So yeah, so watch this space for when that video comes out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.